Well, the internet went crazy after the detection of what appeared to be a massive carbon monoxide explosion off the west coast of the United States. The entire west coast was just a huge explosion of carbon monoxide, Elliot, which people on the internet, those people on the internet, were
like us? We're on the internet. What are you talking about?
The other people on the internet.
Oh, okay.
They were claiming that this was an indication that there was an imminent, massive earthquake coming to the west coast of the United States because they detected this explosion of carbon monoxide coming off the coast that could only mean one thing: massive earthquake, imminent, right?
Got it.
Okay, so it happened because of these images that are on a satellite that NASA puts up and makes available open source for people to analyze carbon monoxide emissions. And people were analyzing what they saw, and we went nuts when this happened.
We'll bump it up 3 hours. And look at this. In 3 hours, mass amounts of carbon monoxide concentration.
Okay, so gotta hand it to him. When you see that and you go, holy cow, within 3 hours, the entire west coast of the United States has been engulfed in a giant carbon monoxide cloud. That alone is alarming. B, some scientists had indicated that would be a precursor to give us a warning of an earthquake. Not saying that this is what actually was happening, but this is what people on the internet were freaking out about.
Sure.
So if you saw that, I got to admit, I was like, do I have batteries? Do I have cash? Do I have what? Getting ready for the big one.
No, sure.
We're about to fall off. People were going nuts. But as it turns out, NASA had to make a statement. It was just a faulty computer glitch.
What?
Yeah.
Is that the best they could come up with?
Yeah. This is what they said.
Oh, NASA.
NASA had to post this on their site just to calm people down.
Go ahead.
All right.
Go ahead. Give us the calming words from NASA.
NASA said this: important notice. Elevated carbon monoxide concentrations over California in the GEOS 5 products since February 25th, 2016 are incorrect. They are a consequence of unrealistic emissions derived from satellite observations of fires which led to elevated concentrations of atmospheric CO. They went on to explain that, their satellite shut down for a period between February 18th and the 24th, and then they brought it back to life. And when they did that, there was some sort of miscalculation because of the carbon monoxide created by forest fires happening on the West Coast.
Okay.
It sort of somehow miscalculated, overcompensated, created a problem.
Okay.
Everybody thought the end of the world was coming.
Sure. Satellite glitch.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, NASA always doing. I mean, if it's not finding crucifixes on Mars.
Oh, you don't believe in that?
If it's not finding Obama heads on Mars, it's misconstruing this. I don't know. It just happens to be. Why is it always the satellite goes down? I'm suddenly buying into this whole conspiracy thing. I don't know what's happened to me.
I should call you Buzzsaw Light.
Yeah.
You should go on Buzzsaw and talk about this.
Well, I'd just be ranting. I'd be ranting about the overly convenient nature. Do you buy it, Mark? You're normally the cynic.
So you're suggesting that NASA it's a cover-up, that something actually is happening, and NASA is saying it was just
forget about it,
and that there's a massive earthquake going to happen on the entire west coast of the United States.
I certainly hope not.
And they don't want people to panic.
They don't want mass panic.
So they're just saying it was a complete glitch.
I mean, put it this way, they must be pretty cheesy. They were like, why did we ever agree to this open source thing? We're just letting ourselves, everybody's having pot shots, everyone's a fucking expert. I'm done with this. Yeah. NASA guy's like, the PR guy's never been so busy in his life. So I thought this was an easy gig for NASA, although they were shutting down the space program. Now he's having to send all these statements out, calming people down. It's like, I'm so overworked.
As it turns out, within 24 hours of this, there was the massive earthquake in Indonesia.
Okay.
7.8.
So pointing the satellite the wrong way. Okay.
So the West Coast may have had this massive
butterfly effect.
Yes.
Is that where you're going with this?
Yes, a big methane, not methane, but carbon monoxide fart from the Earth on one side of the globe, and then the earthquake happened. It's possible.
Well, people are calling it farts. It sounds like a bit more of if it caused an earthquake. A carbon monoxide fart is more of a...
Didn't cause an earthquake. Some scientists have suggested in the past that this would be a way to detect an impending earthquake. And when they saw this video, they were like, oh my God, this is the end of the world. But it was just a computer glitch. Are you just trying to
I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. I don't know. It's just always super convenient. Remember that other one that we had when there was a NASA, there was the alien and there was a spotty light and the light was coming in and the light was coming in and then all of a sudden it cut out. And then when it came back, the live feed came back, it was gone. And everyone's like, oh, don't worry about that. Don't worry about those flashing lights. Forget it. It just, the computer went down. Always going down at that overly convenient moment, Mark. That's all I'm going to say.
You're just trying to be contrary. You're just trying to be cool.
Me? No.
Yeah. Well, in this case, I tend to believe NASA. But it is in fact true. There will be a massive earthquake on the west coast of the United States within the next several years. That's true. I'll predict it now. I'm calling it because it's overdue.
Right.
That doesn't take a genius to figure that out.
No, and that's not a happy thought.
No. Buy batteries.